Hey there, story lovers and English learners. Welcome back to Unfold English Stories, where every tale is an adventure waiting to unfold. I'm so excited you're here because today we're not just telling a story, we're stepping into a journey that could light a spark in your life. Imagine this. One tiny choice could flip everything upside down in the best way possible. Curious? Then grab your favorite spot, get cozy, and let's dive deeper into Mark's Big Change, a simple story to learn English and transform your life. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet town, there lived a young man named Mark. Mark was 22 years old. He had short brown hair, kind eyes, and a smile he didn't show much anymore. Mark wanted more from life, a good job, a nice house, and a way to make his family proud. But right now, his days felt like a dull song stuck on repeat every morning. Mark's alarm buzzed at 9 o'clock. He groaned, hit snooze, and rolled out of bed late. He threw on an old blue shirt, the same one he wore most days, and hurried to his job at a little grocery shop. There, he stacked boxes on shelves cans of soup, bags of rice, and helped customers find things like bread or soap. It wasn't a terrible job, but it didn't make his heart sing. After work, he trudged back to his tiny apartment, cooked noodles or a quick sandwich, and flopped on the couch. The TV blared shows he didn't even like, and hours slipped away. Sometimes he scrolled his phone, seeing friends post about trips or cool hobbies. Why isn't that me? He wondered. But he didn't know where to start. One rainy night, Mark slumped on his couch, exhausted. The TV shouted about a game show, but he wasn't listening. He grabbed his phone instead, flicking through endless posts. Then a video caught his eye. Change your life now. A man with a wide grin pointed right at him from the screen. Mark usually skips stuff like that, but tonight he felt a tug of curiosity. He tapped play. The man's voice boomed, warm and strong. Hello, everyone. Today isn't just a video, it's a new start. Are you happy with your life? If tomorrow was your last day, would you be proud? If not, this is your wake-up call. Mark sat up, blinking. The man kept going. Life doesn't change by magic or luck. You have to choose to change it. Stop with the excuses, I can't, I'm too young, I don't have time. Those are lies you tell yourself because you're afraid to try. Mark's chest tightened. He did say those things. I'm too tired, he'd mutter. After work, I don't have money for big dreams. It was like the man could see inside his head. Why do people fail? The man asked. Not because they're dumb, because they don't act. They complain instead of fixing things. Take Oprah Winfrey. She grew up poor, and people told her she'd never make it. But she worked hard and became a star who helps millions. What's stopping you? Just your own mind. Mark hit pause. Oprah Winfrey, a name he knew from TV. Could he really do something big like her? He pressed play again. Close your eyes, the man said. Imagine your dream life. See a beautiful house, a shiny car in the driveway. Picture your parents smiling, free from worry, because you've given them a good life, like they did for you. Open your eyes. That can be real, but it takes work. Mark shut his eyes tight. He saw a white house with a big window, flowers outside. He saw his mom and dad laughing, no more stress about bills. He saw himself in a red car, grinning, wind in his hair. When he opened his eyes, he ached for that life. Your habits build your future, the man said, louder now. Do you waste hours on TV or your phone? That's throwing time away, time you can't get back. Successful people use time to learn, grow, and chase dreams. Mark glanced at the TV still on. He watched it every night, letting time drip away. What if he did something else instead? Think of your parents, the man said. Your mom gave up sleep to raise you. Your dad worked hard to feed you, to send you to school. Don't you want to repay them? Imagine handing your mom keys to a house. Imagine telling your dad, "You can rest, I've got this." Tears pricked Mark's eyes. His mom was a nurse, always on night shifts. His dad drove a truck, gone for days, just to pay for Mark's books. They were tired, and Mark wanted to lift that weight off them. "Success means giving up easy stuff," the man said. "Wake up early, skip fun sometimes, and work on your goals. It's tough, but it's worth it." Mark switched off the video. His head buzzed. He didn't want to be lazy Mark anymore. He wanted to be bold. He wanted to start. The next morning, his alarm screamed at 6. He grumbled, but the video's words echoed, "No excuses." He dragged himself up, slipped on sneakers, and stepped outside. The air was crisp, waking him up as he walked for 20 minutes. "I can do this," he said, feeling a jolt of strength. Back home, Mark grabbed a pen and paper. He wrote a plan: wake up at 6 every day, walk or run for 20 minutes. Learn something new for 30 minutes. Stop watching so much TV. Work on my dreams. He wasn't sure what dreams meant yet, but he liked fixing things, bikes, radios, anything broken, maybe cars. That night, he skipped TV and watched a free car engine video online. The words were tricky: piston, valve, but he rewatched until they stuck. Weeks rolled by. Mark walked every morning, rain or shine. He learned car parts, engine, battery, brakes. At the grocery shop, he chatted with customers more. One day, an old man named Mr. Lee came in, grabbing motor oil. "You look different, Mark," Mr. Lee said, happier. Mark grinned. "I'm changing my life, sir. Learning about cars." Mr. Lee's eyes twinkled. "I run a repair shop. Need a part-time helper?" Mark's jaw dropped. "Yes, sir, please." A week later, Mark started at Mr. Lee's shop after his grocery shifts. It was hard, grease on his hands, late hours, but he loved it. Mr. Lee showed him how to change tires, check oil. Every fix made Mark glow with pride, but it wasn't smooth sailing. One day, he messed up wrong oil in a car. The customer yelled, and Mr. Lee fixed it. "Focus, Mark," he said sternly. Mark went home crushed. "I'm a failure," he thought, staring at the wall. "Maybe I should stop." But the video man's voice came back. "Failure is a lesson." Mark breathed deep. Next day, he told Mr. Lee, "I'm sorry, I'll do better." Mr. Lee nodded. "Keep going." Mark pushed harder, studied, asked questions, checked twice. Soon he was faster, sharper. "You're good, Mark," Mr. Lee said one day, smiling. Months later, Mark saved cash from both jobs, no games, no fancy stuff. One night, he sat with his parents. "Mom, Dad," he said, heart pounding, "you worked so hard for me. Now it's my turn." He showed them a photo of a small house for sale. "I saved for this. It's ours." His mom gasped, teary. "Mark, really?" His dad hugged him tight. "I'm so proud, son." They bought it, a cozy place with a garden for Mom's flowers, a porch for Dad's books. Mark felt like he'd won the world, but his dream grew bigger, his own repair shop. One cold day, Mark saw a sign, "For rent," on an old building near Mr. Lee's. It was beat up, peeling paint, dusty, but perfect for cars. He called the number. $500 a month, a gruff voice said. Mark gulped. That was a lot. "I'll think about it," he replied. He told Mr. Lee, "I want my own shop." Mr. Lee rubbed his chin. "Big move, Mark. You need money, tools, a license, ready?" "I think so," Mark said, unsure but eager. "I'll help with tools," Mr. Lee offered, "but the rest is on you." Mark planned $2,000 for a start, plus rent. He needed a loan. At the bank, Mrs. Carter peered over her glasses. A car shop? Show me your plan. Mark handed her his notebook. Costs, ideas, dreams. She frowned. You're young, no experience. We can't win yet. Mark's stomach sank. He walked home, rain soaking his jacket. I failed again, he thought. But that night he watched. The video again. Believe in yourself, the man said. Failure's a step. Next day, Mark brainstormed. No loan, I'll save more. He took extra shifts, fixed neighbors' cars for cash. 6 months later, he had $3,000. He rented the building, painted it blue, and called it Mark's Fixes. Mr. Lee gave him old tools, and Mark hung a sign. Opening day was chaos. 2 customers, 1 broken jack. Mark panicked, but fixed it. Word spread. Soon, cars lined up. He hired Tim, a shy kid needing work, teaching him like Mr. Lee taught Mark. 1 year later, Mark stood in his buzzing shop, grease on his hands, pride in his heart. His parents visited, beaming. You did it, his mom said. Mark nodded. And I'm not done. Years on, Mark owned 2 shops, married his high school crush, Lily, and took his parents on a trip, red car and all. It started with 1 rainy night, 1 video, 1 choice dot. So what's the big lesson here? Mark's story proves you don't need to be rich or perfect to change your life. It's about small steps, waking up early, learning, pushing past fails. He went from a dull job to owning shops, all because he dared to try. You can too. And hey, while you're dreaming big, why not boost your English? Words like excuses, dreams, failure, and success are all here to learn and use. Hey, amazing viewers. Did Mark's journey fire you up? Hit that like button if it did. It means the world to us. Share this with friends who need a nudge to chase their dreams or improve their English. And please subscribe to Unfold. English stories for more tales like this. You're a part of our story now. Let's keep unfolding together. See you next time.